Hello, we are live.
We are. Shall I move up a little bit?
Yeah, move on. Yeah, let me come in a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the thing when we sit up here. So, for anybody that's interested, you may see just slightly to your head. So it was our anniversary yesterday, was it not?
Yes, it was.
So apologies for being a bit late today. We were both at work.
Yeah.
Out and about. So we are a little late today. We are about 7 minutes late, but there we are.
Yeah.
You can just tell you. Thunder!
Hey,
Hello!
Thunder!
Thank you, happy
you?
anniversary. Thank you so
very
much.
Thank you.
Heads of flowers. How are you? You well? You good?
I hope you're well.
Yeah, so we've been busy doing that. What have you doing this weekend? We've been quite busy, haven't we? So we went to Rochester. We also went to Ashford. We've done a bit of filming. So if anybody at all interested, Rochester is a little town in the southeast, very famous for Charles Dickens.
Sorry, I'm going to eat because I'm really hungry.
I thought you were a bit distracted. Like, yeah, you're all right. How are you doing? We're really well, thank you. We're good. Enjoying the weather. We're both out at work today. But,
I know.
But yeah, not too bad. Yourself? Everything going all right? And then Ashford is a Sam. Hello,
Sam.
You okay?
I hope you're well.
Ashford is actually an outlet store, so we thought we would film that, show you guys what's there. So that will be coming up. I'm still trying to get rid of the backlog of videos that we've got there. So you will see that I put up crumbs and doilies yesterday. Eventually, so we shot that one back in June or July. Maybe July.
Yeah.
So we shot that one back then as well. Crumbs and Doilies is very famous because of Cupcake Gemma. So Cupcake Gemma, for anybody not familiar, have you got her book up there or is it upstairs? I bet it's upstairs. No, of course it is.
There's not even any room on that.
No, I know, but I always want something to hand, so I can just go to here. So Cupcake Gemma is famous on YouTube for making cupcakes, obviously, hence her name. And she opened up a store called Crumbs and Doilies. We wanted to show you guys what Crumbs and Doilies was like. And therefore we went there as well. So hence the reason we did the review. So, and we ended up trying not all of her cakes, but quite a few, as you could probably tell. My God, I remember that day. I was on such a sugar high. So we must have had,
You're saying we?
Well, me mainly, ate 5 cupcakes. We didn't eat all of them, but, and we had, 3 cookies? 3 cookies. So we did have a lot from Crumbs and Doilies, so that we just bought it obviously for entertainment purposes. We wanted to show you.
But just to assure everyone, we don't eat them all in the same day.
Yes, for anybody.
So we have some, and then we normally eat over the next few days.
I think somebody did comment that they were concerned we had an entire batch of cookie, but that's not the case. What we tend to do is we do eat probably we eat half of a half each, a quarter.
Well, with regards to that, I'm terrible because I'll order something, but it will last me for days. And and Mark always comments on that. But yeah.
So we eat like a mouthful each of each one, and then we eat the rest of them over the course. We don't try to throw them away. We're well, thank you, Sam. Thunder said, I have got a new cable for my bass guitar. Is it broke? Oh, I didn't know you played bass.
Know you played bass guitar?
That's all no so far. What are your plans for this week? Well,
it's bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, bank holiday weekend. Do you know what? We're really bad actually. We are planning to do some videos, but we haven't decided.
Yeah, we haven't planned anything really. So I will. There's a lot going on for me, so I'm finding it just a little bit difficult to plan things a little bit. But I'm usually the planner, so I'm ever the planner. And I get anxious or I get like I'm freaking out if something's not planned. So say if I was booking a holiday, if I booked it a few days before, I'd be freaking out. I'm like, we should have booked this ages ago. I'm that type of person. Like, I'll be like, oh my God. And I'm planning something at the moment. So I'm planning an event and I'm working with some people and there's so much to do. And so I was just like, right, okay, well, this needs to be done. This needs to be done. This needs to be done. And I was literally today, before I was freaking out. I was just like, my stomach was nervous because I was just like, right, okay, this event's happening soon. We haven't got anything done. But people are just like, yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be together at some point and all. And I'm just like, yeah. So
I still think that is really, really cool, though. You've got your bass guitar. Do you play much? Are you in a band? Or have you ever been in a band?
Oh, yes. Tell us, please.
Sam said, is it your anniversary? If it is, congratulations. Yes, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
So we, as you know, we didn't do the live on Friday. We went out, actually. So Kelly and I, we'd already had Friday booked off. So we'd already planned to go to Rochester and to Ashford.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the two, which is in southeast London, southeast Kent, really.
Yeah.
Southeast England, and that's where we did. And then we went for a meal yesterday, which is very, very nice.
Yes, we did.
So it was very nice.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm intermediate level, not a rock star like that guy at the concert. I can just imagine the Thunder doing that. I'm just having the.
No, you're not. You're fidgeting with it.
I'm hot.
You're not. You're fidgeting with it.
But yeah, that's fantastic as well. I'll be interested to see if you were in a band. Thank you, Sam. She's given us all the celebration thing. So it was nice. It was nice.
Yesterday was really nice to sort of because sometimes, in the evenings we're really quite tired.
Yeah.
We don't maybe do as much as possibly that we should. And so it was just nice to go and have a date night.
Yes.
And sort of just have some time for us, go on a date night and just enjoy each other's company and stuff like that. It's we're in each other's company all the time, but it's not the same. It's not the same as sort of do you know what? Let's go out.
No, we remarked on that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were just saying, actually, it's so nice. Why don't we do this more often? And it's just like our local town is only about a 20-minute walk away, although man wanted to drive. So, yes. She said, so Thunder said, I only play it as a hobby because I don't get too much into the piano. Do you two play any instruments?
I used to when I was younger. I used to play the piano. But I started quite late. I started about 13. And sometimes, not all the time, not in I feel you have to have that real want. And I think I did have a real want, but nobody sort of really put me forward for anything or tried to find me a teacher. So by the time I got to 13, I kind of lost the thing for it, really. And so I didn't put as much effort into learning the piano as I should have. I think I got to about grade 2. But my nephew did he get to grade 8?
Was it 7 or 8? One of the two.
7 or 8 or something like that, yeah.
So I can play the triangle and I can also beatbox. No, I can't. I always do around Kelly. It really annoys her. I go, it really, really, really annoys her. So yeah, no, I can't. I'm afraid I'm not very musically talented. But that's so good. You can play the bass.
I'm always, in awe of people that can play instruments.
All about the bass, no treble. So yeah, really good, really, really good. Well, if you do ever do a concert, we'll be there at the front going, yay, go
exactly.
Thunder!
So the nephews, one plays the piano and the other one plays the guitar.
Thunder said, you have to want to do something. Otherwise, there's no passion.
Yeah.
There's something always missing if you felt like you're forced to. Mm-hmm. That is so true. I've got to say, because when I was younger, my parents used to say, you've got to go swimming. You have to go swimming.
Really?
And I was all right at it. I was quite good at it. But I just didn't like it. To me, it was a chore. I think, all right, I've got to go swimming and do stuff. I never really enjoyed it. But I would have been so much better had I enjoyed it because the passion would have been there. I just did it because I had to.
I loved swimming when I was younger and I still love swimming now. So in my mind, I was thinking, I really want to go swimming. I really want to go swimming. But I'm just trying to find but I'm a little bit of a princess, really, when it comes to swimming.
When it comes to swimming?
So, while I ignore this guy, I like to go to a nice place. I don't like to go and there's hair everywhere or there's this everywhere or I'm stepping on. No. So I like to try and find a nice swimming pool because I know I would dedicate however many months it is to swimming and sort of like going and normally be early in the morning and when it's less packed and stuff like that. So I really am trying to find somewhere with a nice swimming pool.
Sam said, I used to read music and play piano when I was a kid, but I've forgotten now. Do you know what? It's so easy to do that once you stop doing it. But do you know what would be interesting? If you were to take it back up again, you would be surprised how quickly you would, because it would all come flooding back. Just because it's there in the memory banks. It's there, Sam. It's right there.
It's like when I
Right
speak
here.
French, like I forget it.
Bonjour.
I knew you were gonna.
Well, that was your fault.
Of course, it's my fault. Sorry, I'm gonna eat this pizza.
Thunder said, "Thank you." Would you learn it again, Kelly? And Mark, can you give us a beatbox verse, please? Go on. Would you learn it again? Sorry, sorry. I can't do it without laughing.
I would do it again, but I think I would have to be in a place where, because I would like to learn it, but I don't know if I'm disciplined enough. I was trying to think. I don't know if I'm disciplined enough. It's a bit like the gym, I suppose, or working out. I think you need a type of discipline. And I know that when it comes to working out, I know that I don't have, like, don't get me wrong, I used to have the discipline and I'd go for months, then I'd stop for months, then I'd go for months, then I'd stop for months, then I'd go for months. So I had the discipline, but not the discipline of continuation, I think. And so now, if I want to go work out, I feel like, oh, it's a bit of a chore and stuff like that. So at one point, I had a personal trainer, and that was really good because she would come in the mornings, not as early as I would have liked, but she came early in the mornings. We would work out and all stuff like that before work.
Oh God, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I had her for what, 3 months?
Oh, at least
three, 4 months. Yeah. And then after that, I just joined the gym, went back to the gym again for a little bit, and then during 2021, my brother, we joined the gym.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then my brother sort of got us a personal trainer, me and my sister-in-law.
We actually joined the gym just before lockdown.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I was going early in the morning.
Actual fact, and I mean just before lockdown. I couldn't believe it. So we joined in February 2020.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
And then March 2020, lockdown hit. So I think we worked out for about a month, and if that, and then lockdown hit.
Yeah, but it was really good because we didn't. They put our thing on hold.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to pay for a few months. Then I started going back, and that's when my brother got me and my sister-in-law personal trainer.
Yeah.
And then we would go, we would work out, and all of that type of stuff. And then
it should really say, "You do you, you do you." Hi, Amy. I already said that. She went, "Just do it." I know. This is on my t-shirt. That's what it should say. How are you, Amy? You okay?
Hope you're well.
I was just thinking of you actually, because Amy's got her thing coming up, hasn't she? In September.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I was thinking of you today. I thought, oh, but Amy's got her thing. We must remember to do that.
We've got the link, but I don't think the tickets are available yet.
Right.
From when I had a look at the link.
So I will just do it at your thing. Absolutely. We'll go. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll have to pose around when we're looking at her artwork and go, "This is so fantastic! Look at the context and the architecture. Look what she's done. The artist is clearly." I'll do all of this thing. Tickets go on sale soon, and it's soon. So yeah, we'll be definitely looking forward to seeing that actually as well. Of course, what you didn't realise is that we're going to film you, your artwork. It's going to be on. I'll put it on the channel. Please do not mock, or I will ban you. And I'll come up and interview you. So Amy, tell me exactly why. What was your motivation behind this piece? Go away. Go on. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, otherwise I will be banned. There'll be photos that go, "Do not let this man in."
Yeah, do not let this man in. Exactly.
Photo of me like this. But yeah, no, we will be definitely looking to see in your exhibition actually. Oh, bless you. I wouldn't do that. I would. If you were going to cry, I wouldn't do that.
No.
For sure.
So what has everyone been up to this weekend? Weekend just gone. Did anybody get up to anything really interesting? I know that Sam has been. You baked a cake, but you baked a cake, and then there was a cake that you just decorated.
Yeah,
so I think there was a baking cake, and then there's a different cake what you just decorated.
I often have a Photoshop of a mug Photoshop anyway. So you prism Photoshop mug. That's what she's saying. So that's what it will be. Well, no, what she's saying is that will go up on all around the campus to say I'm not allowed in. If I'm going to go and then do the interview with Amy.
Right, I see.
Or we could come in like really weird friends. Couldn't we go, "Amy, has anyone seen Amy? We're her friends." I wouldn't, Amy. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, so as you know, we didn't do a live on Friday. So did everybody have? We normally like to wish you guys a good weekend and ask how you've been doing. So has anybody got any plans as well for this bank holiday weekend? So we have the gift of time with an extra day off. Yeah, we haven't even planned what we're going to do, but we will be doing some filming for sure. Yeah, for sure, we will be doing some filming as well.
During the following week, we will be doing some filming. Because I've booked something. What are you saying? You know, because I've discussed it with you.
Oh yeah, of course. I can't remember. So yeah, we will be doing something, and
it'll come to you.
Amy said, yes, I went to see my granddad's sister, North Essex, and my arm took the wrong turn and we ended up in Hackney.
Oh, no.
Oh, my word. Oh, my God, that is out the way. Did you have a good time in Hackney?
So I haven't driven on the motorway for about 6 years because my car's really old. And so my mum's got a new car, so I took the car out on the motorway and I was like this. Because it was a little bit nervous, sort of going along a motorway when you haven't driven on it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it was really nice. It was really nice to sort of like get on. And then when we reached the destination, like when we got to Rochester, I felt that was an easier drive than when we went to Ashford.
So Kelly was a bit nervous on the road because I was just saying, so what do you think of the... Shut up! I'm driving. I'm concentrating.
No, it wasn't that. So basically, on the way, this all happened on the way back. So I've got the sat nav, and the sat nav is saying take this right or
the sat nav doesn't do this, by the way.
And then I was saying right, we need to. The sat nav is saying this one. Mark's saying no, it's that one. So I took the one that Mark said it was the wrong one, which I'm fine with. That's fine. And so we had to sort of like double back, and then Mark was still explaining the reasons why the sat nav went wrong. I was like, right, we've gone past that. You've explained it 3 times. I'm trying to concentrate on the next one. I'm trying to listen to it. And he's just telling me, yeah, but it went wrong because of... No, I get why it went wrong. I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is let's concentrate on the next one. I don't want to get wrong on the next one. Let's do that one. We'll talk about the last one when we get home. But while I'm driving and trying to concentrate, let's do
this. Bloody lovely was happening, said Amy. Absolutely bloody lovely. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Bloody lovely.
You had a good time in Hackney stroke North Essex. Did you end up in North Essex in the end? Or you thought you'd make a day of it in Hackney? Thunder said, not to out you off. I mean, not to put you off, I think you mean. Found a huntsman spider in the bathroom at the weekend.
In the UK?
You saw it? I thought huntsmen were only native to Australia.
Exactly.
But I think do you mean the real big ones, the daddy long legs type one, the ones that do this? And they go there. It was so funny actually because my brother used to live right in the middle of the countryside and he used to get spiders like this in his sink and his bath, huge ones, absolutely huge ones.
That's not for me.
And I just thought, that'd be so funny. I'd just say, yeah. Here you go, go on, there he is. That's Cyril the spider. You can get acquainted. What did you do? Are you brave enough to pick it up or did you flush it down the plug hole? Sam said, been trying to teach Zachary how to pedal his new birthday go-kart. Oh, bless him. What type of one has he got? Has he got one of those ones that have got the cab on them as well? Or is it like a car type one that he's got? I bet he loves it. Amy said, I was told I look 16 today, but some people in my workplace in London. Now, that can either go for you or against you. I'm on my way home now as well. My feet are hurting. Oh, yeah, you working all day. Yeah, it can go for you. Do you know what? It's one of those things. When you're young, you want to spend all your time looking older. When you're older, you want to spend all your time trying to look younger. So I would take that as a compliment. It's only annoying if you're trying to get in somewhere.
Yeah.
And they ask for ID. I've never been asked for ID. Even when I was young, going into pubs, I used to go in about 15.
I was always asked for ID.
I was never asked for ID. Yeah, but I've always looked older than I am. Even now, I always look older than I am. But I had like a full stubble like this when I was 14. I don't know, I'm developed early. So I could just go into a pub and say, pint like, yes, sir, here you go. So no one ever...
Yeah, I mean, even if you didn't develop early, they would have said, yes, sir.
And also as well, because I am tall. I think that is another thing as well, Amy says. I think that is a reason. They just think, you can't be that tall and young.
Yeah.
Oh, you did end up in North Essex in the end. You got there in the end. Which was better, Hackney or North Essex? Thunder said, "No, it definitely is a huntsman. I thought they were only in Australia though, but apparently a few years ago, Society actually imported some spiders to the UK. Society. Bonjour, Society. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh my god! Imagine.
Sorry, because it's got the French thing. I didn't know that. There have been lots of accounts actually of animals being brought into the UK and then just go missing. I did read somewhere that a zoo, a few poisonous snakes escaped, and they had no idea where they went. They just worked on the premise because it's cold, they're exotic, and it's cold here. They wouldn't survive, but you never know. I was going to say you get massive spiders in the moors. I would imagine that because obviously it's a perfect sort of breeding ground really for spiders. Nice. Loads of vegetation, perfect. Thunder said, "Nah, it crawled out the window because it was ajar. Ain't been in that bathroom since." Is that it? No, I'm never going in that bathroom again. We just have to sell the house. There was a spider in it. We're going to just like fumigate the whole thing.
Thunder, sounds like you've got more than one bathroom.
Oh, it's like a dune buggy go-kart. Oh, fantastic. Oh, he's going to, the fun he will have with that. The fun Zachary will have with that. I bet you have fun actually watching him pedal it.
Yeah. His little legs.
Yeah, look, going for it. Look, Nanny. Thunder said, "You two look young." Oh, bless you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Oh, bless
I don't
you.
feel young, but
No,
thank you.
Kelly does. I don't think I do. Yeah, Amy said when she said she thought it was because I was tall. I meant someone, not society. I think you said society. I thought who's society?
I was thinking of a magazine. What would they be doing with
that's I've got to say that is the weirdest autocorrect I think I've ever seen.
No.
From someone to society.
No, there's been some wild ones that I've had.
That sounds like a bank. Bonjour, Society Bank.
No, it sounded like a magazine. Like Cosmopolitan or something.
Amy said Hackney for sure is better because it's like my area in a way. Essex, where my granddad lives, is bare posh. It's bare posh.
It's bare posh.
Mark, come back with the French. Yeah, shall I? Bonjour. So Society Bank and the Bonjour, Society Bank.
I feel like Sandra likes all your annoying habits.
Sure. Oh, Amy, Kenny's gonna go. Oh, Thunder, stop encouraging him. I would love to. I would do that if I worked in a French bank. I would put on the accent.
I know you would.
I would put on the French.
You tried to put it on now,
even if
in front of my family.
Even if I got into trouble with it, I would still do it. Bonjour, Mark. You don't have to put on a French accent. Bonjour, bonjour. I would do it. How's your pizza, Kelly? Says Amy.
Almost done. I was really hungry when I walked in.
I'll tell you something. So Kelly didn't want to cook on when was it? That could be any day, but I think it's a Sunday. So you go, oh, I'm ordering pizza. Because I was going to do us breakfast. No, I'm doing pizza. So anyway, you should have seen the size of the. I wish I kept the box. This thing. My pizza was a medium, so it must have been about.
No, yours was a large.
Was that large? I don't call that
basically.
Large. I don't call that large.
So basically, Pizza Hut at the moment are doing a special. They're doing this thing called a newcomer. But I was thinking it was going to be one of them floppy ones, like them really nice floppy. And I was thinking, I've always wanted to try that. But it was huge. It was the biggest pizza I think I've ever seen. I was just like,
so mine was what, a 12-inch pizza, something like this.
No, darling, it was
whatever it was. Kelly's this giant tractor wheel came in a box, and I just thought, yeah, it's ginormous.
There's no one here to help me eat it. There's so much in the fridge still, so much pizza in the fridge still.
I know. I've piled it onto a plate like this and wrapped it for Kelly's, but you had 2 slices there, and still there's loads left.
Yeah, no, I had 1 slice.
Oh,
1 slice now.
Oh, blimey! I thought.
And yeah, you thought it was 2. It was 1 slice.
Exactly. The reason why Thunder Us has got a similar sense of humour, which means Thunder has got a very, very good sense of humour. But you are both funny, and especially when Kelly discusses snacks or that guy on the train. Not going to say something because it's off-putting. What guy on the train was this? Oh, it could be anybody on the train annoys Kelly. Oh yeah.
Oh, with the nose.
Oh no! No. Richard will like it for sure. What was it like, the pizza or Hackney? It's all AI. What were you?
What sort of AI?
Yeah. What we saw? I must have missed the conversation here. Were you talking about the you talking about Hackney, Richard would like, or are you talking about the pizza? He said, what? I fancy. Oh, I know you want pizza, but you said the watch.
No, we've lost the thread here.
Tim on
on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Tim on Netflix.
No, it's not that Tim.
No, but who's Tim on Netflix?
I've not heard of Tim.
Thunder said, my auntie's text once autocorrected weird. She meant to ask me if I was coming to her stall tomorrow to help her. And it turned out, are you coming to see me on the toilet tomorrow? Auntie, how you doing? Come on in. All right. Oh, it's a film. There's a film called Tim.
Right. Okay.
About AI. I've not heard of this.
Not heard of it.
Right, let me get my tablet in a second. I'm going to have a quick look. Yeah, the nose guy. Hi, Evelyn. How are you?
Yeah, the nose guy. I knew that's what you were talking about. I was like,
right. Let me have a
quick.
I want to have a look at this film.
I mean, in public, but anyway, I mean.
I do want to have a look at this film Amy's talking about. There's a film called Tim, and it's on Netflix, you say?
It's an AI film that you were saying. That Richard probably. Yeah, because Richard's very, very much into AI. He's really into it, like really raves about it and stuff. And
isn't one of his girlfriends AI? I'm joking. No. He said, because he was chatting to one of the Google AIs. I do remember he was chatting to one of the Google AIs.
So yeah, I feel like with AI, it's such a novel thing at the moment. And so, like, everybody is sort of jumping on it and sort of like trying to learn as much as they can about it. Some people are using it to make content and all that. I'm not that deep into it, I have to say. Like, it's very, very useful if you need to construct something or whatever. But I'm not that deep into it, like searching for this or searching for that or asking this or learning about that or using it to edit videos and stuff. We still do edit our videos as normal, like how we would do it. But I think that there's nothing wrong with AI at all and all of that type of stuff. But part of me does feel, will it be like the Terminator? Like, are we going to give over control?
So yeah, the film is called, so it's T.I.M. Prosthetic engineer Abby moves to the countryside to work on an integrated robotics latest production, a humanoid artificial intelligence called Tim, technologically integrated manservant.
Oh.
There you go. So it doesn't ruin anything as well. So that's what Tim stands for. So basically, it's almost like a butler, a robotic butler. You could do your own robotic butler, couldn't you? But it would probably die of overwork.
This is the sort of thing I have to put up with.
Thunder said, if you immerse yourself too much in technology, it robs you, I think you mean, from your own thinking and ability to invent, as it will think for you in a sense.
Yeah.
Even instead of maps, we can just ask our phone. But technology is still amazing other than that. So it's true. You're absolutely right. It can be used for good, but you can see how it can be used other ways. I mean, this is how incels come about, because they get access to so much.
I don't think that's a subject that we should.
No. I'm just saying because of that technology. So you can, if you get access to, also as well, if you think about it, lots of people, I've noticed this at work sometimes, that younger people, not always, but some younger people lose the skill of interaction because you're so used to doing emails that you don't actually, you miss that physical conversation.
I went to a meeting the other day and it just shows you, I went into a meeting and I bought a notebook. The other two bought the laptops.
There you go.
And projected to the screen. I was writing things down. Old school. Like, don't get me wrong, I had my laptop, but it didn't occur to me to bring it to the meeting. Because in my mind, I'm just thinking,
I'm the same, old school.
I would just bring a notepad with, like, we're spitballing here and talk about ideas, and them two bought their. No, sorry. One had a laptop, the other one had his iPad. And I was just like,
right. So Amy asked, what genre is it? So it is sci-fi thriller, according to this. So it's a sci-fi thriller.
Well, I would imagine it would be.
Yeah. There aren't many people in it I recognise, actually.
If anybody's wondering what I'm eating a Viscount, by the way.
There you go. All the healthy stuff. Pizza and Viscounts.
Pizza and Viscounts.
Old school is the best way, says Thunder. Do you know what? I've got to say, the older school workers I know of as well, they really are organised.
Bonjour Nathalie, comment ça va? Tu es bien? Je parle un petit peu français, pas trop, hein? Mais ma français, c'est pas... j'ai oublié tous les mots. Alors, si vous comprenez anglais, c'est très bon, mais nous continuons en anglais parce que ma français, c'est pas trop bon.
Oui.
Yeah.
So, I assume this is for... Do you know Natalie?
Natalie has just become a subscriber.
Oh, Natalie, hello, from Switzerland.
From Switzerland, yes.
Thank you for joining us, Natalie.
And she speaks French.
Ah, there you are, just like me.
And I was just explaining to Natalie, my French is not that good. And I said, thank you. My French is not that good. We're going to be continuing in English. So if she can understand English, that would be great. But obviously, it's tricky.
So Sam said a new movie called The Creator looks very good. Again, let me have a little look at that one. Amy said basically the bot falls in love with the woman once he realizes what love is, explained by the woman, and then he falls in love, but she has a husband. So for anybody that wanted to watch that,
now you know.
now you know. So
Spoiler alert.
Have you seen it? Have you actually seen it? It does look quite good, actually. I do like these sort of. There's quite a few movies with that sort of plot line, where the AI sort of takes, then gets integrated in the family. Thunder said, of course it's healthy. If you're not happy eating it, then it's healthy. Richard, hello.
Hey,
How are you
Richard.
doing? You all right? Amy said, somebody's just pumped on the bus. Oh, great.
Oh, dear.
I hope that wasn't you, Amy. Just move away. Just move away. There's always somebody who does that as well. It's really annoying and they don't own up to it. Kelly, that sounds so cool. Says it does actually. You could be ordering pile cream and it still sounds really good. Natalie said super cool.
She goes, I speak more, or I speak. Oh, she speaks less English than I speak French, I think. But she says it's very good. And how am I? Je vais très bien, merci. Et vous? Je bien aussi. Alors, c'est difficile quand je parle en français parce que j'oublie tous les mots. Alors, j'ai besoin pratiquer plus. Alors, quand je pratiquais, mon français vient très bien, mais c'est difficile parce que je n'ai pas le mot pour pratiquer.
Richard said he's got to go. The battery journey he needs the battery for the journey. Take care. Okay, Richard, we'll catch you soon. Definitely.
Yes.
It's very clique.
Oh, yeah. the film. The
yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, cliche. Sorry, I think you were saying. Amy said, I've seen 20 minutes of it. Okay. So it's quite a cliche, but that has been done quite a few times. Well, I say a few times, that kind of storyline where the AI robot then fits in with the family. Remember iRobot with Will Smith?
Yeah, I like iRobot, yeah. But yeah, there's a couple of other robot films I think.
Thunder said, if you're happy eating it, then yeah, you are. It's healthy. If you're happy. Thunder said, you move closer to the smell if you're into that stuff like Freddy Krueger too. Move away. Move to the front or the back, wherever you are. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm in a French lesson in secondary, says Amy.
Do you know what? Whenever I was in French class, I was only okay. I missed out on an A in GCSE, but the teacher seems to think it was probably with my writing, because my reading and my speaking were fine. It was just the writing and remembering all the, the accents and stuff like that. And so he said, you probably just missed out on an A by 1 or 2 points. And when your heart sinks and you just think, oh.
Did you respond? I would have responded, "God, sacre bleu." That's what I would have done. I would have done just to think. Here we go. So the creator that Sam suggested. There's no description for this one. Oh yeah, described as a post-apocalyptic thriller involving a future impacted by a war between humans and AI. So there's a lot of these movies about AI. So this one's just came out as well. This would be quite interesting to watch. Thank you, Sam. That's another one we're going to watch. I will have to, Finch with Tom Hanks was a cool movie. Have you seen Finch?
No.
I've not seen Finch.
No.
Let's have a look.
Okay, so what's
Kelly, how do you say in French this? There is a person from Switzerland on the chat, and she speaks French rather than German.
Il y en a un monde lors le chat. No, chat is cat. Sorry, lors ici, which is here. Elle parle. Is it a girl or a boy? Because if it's a girl, it's elle. If it's a boy, it's il.
Oh, yeah, of course it's it's
Yeah.
masculine and feminine in the language.
Yeah, exactly. So there is a person from Switzerland on the chat, and she speaks French rather than German.
So make it female.
Oh, right. So am I asking her? Il y en a il y en a une fille, elle demande tu es suisse, mais tu parles français, mais pourquoi parle Allemagne? But I said Germany rather than German.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Nathalie, c'est une question pour vous.
So Finch was another one again, and you guys like your post-apocalyptic films. On a post-apocalyptic Earth, a robot built to protect the life of its creator, beloved dog, learns about life, love, friendship, and what it means to be human.
Oh, actually, I should have said. Oh no, Nathalie, si tu es ici, si tu es encore ici, elle a les filles, elle demande comment tu habites en Suisse et tu es suisse, mais tu parles français, mais pas allemand. Est-ce que tu parles allemand aussi? Okay, so what I asked in very, very bad French, which is there's someone here who's asking, oh, you live in Switzerland, but you're speaking French. How come you don't speak German, or do you speak German as well?
Let's see how it works.
Yeah.
Amy said, hello. Hello, ich bin in toilet. Which I think means I'm in the toilet.
Okay.
Sam said, in Finch, Tom Hanks makes a robot to protect his dog. The robot is awesome and the world is messed up from solar storms.
Oh.
See, I quite like these post-apocalyptic ones as well. You love The Road, didn't you? You really like that. And I thought
that film was so dry. It was like
I really want to see The Road. I do like post-apocalyptic.
And Solaris. I'm not into post-apocalyptic films. I'm not about that kind of thing. But you really like it.
I do.
I'm like.
No, thank you, guys. Thank you, because I really do. You've given us some really good ideas to look at. So Finch was one of them, Tim, and the other one was Creator, which is the one that Amy suggested Tim and Sam suggested Creator.
Yeah.
So I will have a look at these. Thunder said, "Can you kind of understand your answer, Kelly, as it's vaguely similar to Spanish?"
Yes, it is. And I had a friend who lived on that border. And they really wanted. I remember taking a Spanish class once, and she said my accent was really good. But I think it's because my ear is quite good with regards to accents and speaking another language, and I really try hard to have that accent. But I can't. So when people speak French, I can't tell which area or anything that they're from. To me, all the French sounds all the same. So I couldn't tell what region or area or anything like that. But when they speak in English, I can tell their different accents. It's really, really weird. So when they start to speak English, I'm thinking, oh, well, that's not a normal, like you're from somewhere else, or you're from, I couldn't tell you where, but that's what it seems like. It'd be like, oh, you're from somewhere else, or you're from somewhere else.
So I was just trying to see what it was saying there. So Thunder said, because Allemand is German in Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. So it's also, but I think when you say I think it's Germany rather than German.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I think I did that when I went to France one time. I said, somebody asked me something really long in French. I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. So I said, pardon, je suis Angleterre.
Yeah, which is your England.
Hello, I am England. Yeah. Rather than je suis anglais, which is I am English.
Or anglaise.
Thunder said, yeah, because you don't have the French ear. it's like would a French person be able to hear the difference between a
Yeah.
Cockney and a Liverpool accent?
Yeah, yeah. But it would like once you speak English, everything to somebody from another country all sounds the same. It's only when you live in the UK for long enough, then you will be familiar with the sort of like different accents.
We were really bad. I told you in French class when I used to live in the West Country, my friends used to wind up the French teacher. They would do French in the strongest West Country accent you could do. Bonjour, je suis. Avez-vous? And it just made me laugh. Natalie's responded. There are 4 languages in Switzerland.
Wow.
German, French, Italian, and Romansh, which I know Romansh. I don't know Romansh.
Is that like Romanian?
Could be.
Yeah.
I just can speak school German, but my husband is it Swiss?
A Swiss?
Yeah.
It would be Swiss, yeah.
Would be Swiss.
But maybe it's the German part of Switzerland. Possibly. Ah oui, je comprends un petit peu. Il y en a le mot qui je connais pas, mais c'est bien. Est-ce que tu as servi le Google Translation? I think. Because ma famille, elle parle en créole. Alors, quand je veux parler en créole, quand je veux parler en français, c'est difficile pour moi parce que j'ai envie de parler en créole. Alors, quand je parlais, c'est quand j'ai oublié tous les mots. Et ça, je voudrais parler en créole, pas en français. Alors, c'est difficile.
So if you've just tuned in, this is not French for beginners. We are doing a multilingual chat.
I was just explaining to her that I've forgotten all my French, but sometimes when I speak French, I want to speak in Creole, which is Mauritian. And so in my mind, I'm talking, but the conjugation, so basically, Creole would be like Cockney in English. And so it's like a slang. It's like a slang French.
Patois, isn't it? It's a patois French.
Yeah. So, but it's not French per se.
Oh, Natalie said French Creole is a beautiful language.
Merci beaucoup.
There you are.
Yeah. I mean, when I speak Creole, I speak it again with a Mauritian accent. So, but my ear is very good with accents. There are some accents that I can't grab, and I don't know why, but whenever I'm talking to somebody, automatically I want to talk in that accent. It's really difficult.
So I hear a lot of Creole when Kelly and her mum get together and they slag me off in Creole, so I can't understand it. Mark, no, I think, oh God, what have I done now? So Thunder said, Kelly, can you say something very fast in either French or Creole? I love listening to languages. This is down to you.
Creole, I'm more fluent in.
Go on then, say something in Creole.
So, like what?
All right, tell Thunder very quickly, don't take too long on it, but how your journey was into back from work to here. Just say that you...
Okay, hold on a second. So, Nathalie, elle a un fils qui, elle veut moi parler en créole. Alors, je parle en créole pour un moment. Okay, so, comment tu rentres dans le train? Ça train, tu prends un temps pour venir. Mais quand on rentre dans le train, tu sautes aussi. Après, il y a une femme qui est avec son lycée est en bas. Un petits enfants, ils ont envie, stroke, ça pète là, alors ils descendent en bas, ils assisent côté ça, ici et là, alors ils peuvent, I don't know how to say stroke, ils peuvent stroke ça, ici et là. So what I said was, the train took ages to get there, and then I got into the train and it was really hot. And there was a woman then, she had her dog, and the dog was sitting on the floor, but a little girl came and she wanted to sit down next to the dog and she wanted to stroke the dog. So,
Amy, can you say in your fluent Essex what you did? You got a big heart from Thunder.
Oh, thank
there you are as well. Yeah, so that's when I hear Krell, though. It's not as nice as that. I always get the what did he do now? That's all I get. It's funny, there's a guy at work.
It's only you that ever says it.
Well, funny enough, there's a guy at work that said he is Mauritian.
Yeah.
And he said to me, "Oh, Mark, if you put the loudspeaker on, I'll translate it for you, what they say." I thought, I haven't done it yet, but I am tempted.
Or you could just have Google Translate and just have it on speaker.
Yeah. You give me an idea. Nearly on level 3 of Mandarin. So
wow,
well done, Thunder.
Brilliant. To me, Chinese or Mandarin or Cantonese it would be one of those difficult languages to learn.
Yeah.
Because of the sound.
I always think of the guy that's on YouTube. He's got about 3 million followers. So he speaks fluent Cantonese. He can, and a little bit of Mandarin. I think I got it around the right way. And he does that as well. So he'll go to sort of Chinatown in New York, and then he'll order something in one of the dialects, and they're always shocked because how good he is. They said he's really good, but he lived in China for a year.
Yeah.
So he could perfect his language skills. But he is a polyglot. He learns language. This is what he does now on his YouTube. So I'm forgetting his name, but he will learn a language as quickly as he possibly can. He said it takes him about 3 months to learn it, not fluently, but enough to say certain sentences. Thunder said, "Thank you." And true, it seems hard, but like anything, when you learn bit by bit, you can achieve anything.
Yeah, it's true. I have often thought about doing the Rosetta Stone and picking up my French again, and sort of maybe learning Spanish. Spanish is a second language that I've often thought about. That and a couple of other things that I've just thought, you know what, one day I just do want to do that.
Would you be confident doing a live in French?
I would, if I had been practicing, I would do a live in French for sure.
What?
But I haven't practiced enough.
Well, Thunder is going to become a polyglot. After this, I will go for Japanese, Arabic, and then maybe Portuguese.
We were discussing this before, and you were saying, that. Yeah.
Yes, Kelly, you should.
Yeah, I will. I'm thinking about it, and there was one workplace that I worked for many, many years ago, and they used to do sort of like classes. They had a teacher come in, and during your lunch hour you would go, and French was one of them, and so I learned French with the teacher. And then I had a friend at that time who was living in England, and we spoke French together. And then when I went back to the teacher, all of a sudden I was speaking more fluent, but also I was starting to think, when I was having conversations, or I didn't have to think because my mind was thinking in French. Like with my mum, when she thinks, she doesn't think in English, she thinks in Creole. That's how she thinks.
I wish I grew up at least bilingual. My nan speaks 3 languages and never taught us. Do you know what? A lot of that, do you know why that is? A lot of it is they worry that it will affect your English. That's why, when you're growing up. So I have a friend of mine as well. So his parents are from Chile. And Chile is, I think, Spanish. I think it's Spanish. And he said, because he was... his parents were talking to him, and they talk to each other in Spanish all the time. And when he was little, they said, the teacher said, I think he can't understand English. That's why he's struggling. So his parents were so mortified, they stopped speaking in Spanish, even to each other. They only spoke English.
Oh, wow.
But then, of course, he said that the trouble is that I never learned Spanish.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. So,
that's mad.
Was your mum born in Mauritius?
She was. Both my parents were born in Mauritius. I'm first generation here. So I was the first one born out of all my cousins and my siblings. So I was the first one. The next one was 5 years later.
Maybe in some cases, but she just couldn't be bothered with her own languages. Well, that's true. My favorite is when people, I always find it funny when they talk in the language and then throw English in.
Oh yeah, like we do that in Mauritius.
Yeah. So my old boss, he used to he was Greek, bless him, he's passed away now. And he'd be talking in Greek, and I can't speak Greek, so I'm going to butcher the language. And then he was throwing in Cockney phrases because he had a Cockney accent. So he'd go, "Todos pronto got a yav and a laugh, ain't ya? So that's what he would do. I don't know who he was talking to. Konkani, Swahili, and some Portuguese. My God, you're really going for the languages. Oh, your siblings weren't born here. Yeah, your siblings were.
No, my siblings were born here. I'm first generation born here, and then the next one was my cousin who was also born here, but there's 5 years difference, and then my brother and my sister were born. So yeah, from me, everyone was born in the UK.
Thunder said, I mean, those are the ones my nan speaks. Oh, the language. Oh, right. I see. Those are the language. Oh, my God. She speaks quite a few languages.
Wow.
Natalie said, what a great pleasure to meet you. Thank you for good times, but I have to go. Have a nice evening. De gros becs. Big kisses.
Merci pour tu viens regarde-nous. C'est fait moi plaisir. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. There, thank you, Natalie. There we go. So that is our first French-speaking person on the live. Obviously, apart from myself and Thunder, of course. Thunder said her dad spoke 10 languages. 10 languages.
10 languages. Oh my God.
Cockney, Essex.
I think I've only known someone to speak the most, possibly 3. I mean, I'm just trying to think of my cousin because he speaks Creole, he speaks Italian, and he speaks English. I'm just trying to think. I mean, he speaks French, but I mean, I consider Creole and Mauritian very close together, but he does speak French as well. But so basically he was born in Mauritius, but he grew up in Italy, and his family are all there and everything else. So they all live in Italy, and he then moved here, but he's English. You wouldn't think that he speaks another language, but yeah, he speaks fluently all the languages. It's crazy.
May you have many more moments of speaking French on the lives. Well,
merci.
If you want me to, Thunder, then I shall. There you are. So there we go. So yeah, that was cool. I think that's the first time we've ever done that. That's the first time we've ever done another language there on the live.
Yeah, I mean, it would depend. Like if I had my family come on and they were sort of like didn't speak much English, I'd speak Creole for sure.
For a second,
more confident.
Sorry, I was going to say for a second. Then I did think that was one of your families. I've got to say.
No, I mean, I do have family in Switzerland. Yes, not that I know very well, but yeah, I do have family in Switzerland, but that's not there. But my cousin lives close to the border. She lives near Strasbourg.
Yeah, she lives on the border with Germany, but she's in France, not Switzerland.
No, she's in, but it's not on the borders of Germany, isn't it? On the borders of Switzerland.
No, it's on the border of Germany.
Oh, right.
It's on the border of Germany. Okay. No, she told me.
I thought it was Switzerland.
They often drive into Germany. Thunder said, oh, that's cool. And you can never tell which language a person speaks or even their ethnicity sometimes. Yeah, that's very, very true. Very true. That's very, very true, actually. It's always interesting to have that. So there we go. That's the first time on our lives we've done a bilingual thing.
Well,
by the way,
not quite bilingual, but
yeah, it was. I'm listening. We chalk that as a win. We are chalking that up as a win. Thunder said, by the way, imagine if the nose guy on the train watches your live and you'd never know. Yeah, this is good. I like this.
I'd be like,
oh dear, can you imagine that as well?
I mean, we all have habits and stuff like that, to be fair. We've all got a bad habit, but we try to keep it, in private or between you and your partner or whatever. So you don't go out and sort of like show your bad habits kind of thing. You keep that under wraps, but that's just according to me.
Talking of bad habits, I'm a bit worried about Amy. Did she survive the gassing on the bus? Because that sounded pretty horrific. Oh dear. If he commented on here, like Vicky Potter from Little Britain, Kelly was giving me, oh yeah, that's true. Give me your eyes on the train. Don't you be giving me eyeballs.
No, do your Vicky Pollard impression.
Oh yeah. So I tell you what, when I was at school, so I went to school in the West Country in Wiltshire. And funny enough, when Little Britain first came on the TV, my flatmate Ian, who I went to school with as well, so he would have known, he said to me, oh, you've got to watch this. So I won't say her name, but we went to school with a Vicky Pollard. Her name wasn't Vicky Pollard, but I won't say her name. I can say her first name, actually. Her first name, actually, funny enough, was Kelly. and that was her name. But he goes, oh my God, there's a person just like Kelly, on Little Britain. So I watched it and I thought, oh my God, it is. So when I was at school, the teacher would tell Kelly off and go, Kelly, will you stop talking? Oh, shut up, miss, you're having a go at me. He said, I ain't done nothing like that at all. You're always having a bloody go at me and I never said nothing. And that's what she would do. And it was just like that. That's what I was laughing because it just reminded me of her. I hope she's not on the line.
Can you imagine?
She would go, oh, shut up, I never did that. That's what she would But that's what she was like. She talked just like that, like Vicky Pollard.
Oh,
and she had a really strong West Country accent.
It would make me like, do you know what? One day back in the days when you had to go, so if you wanted a grant, so back in the day, you could apply for a grant for a college course or for uni and all of that type of stuff. And I remember I was doing an acting course and I needed to go and apply for a grant, but I wanted one that you didn't have to pay back because I thought I don't want to get in debt to go to college. So I had to go to this place and I went in and I was starting to fill the forms and he spoke with a Wiltshire accent.
West Country. You don't know if it's Wiltshire.
Okay.
To you, it all sounds the same.
Yeah, it would all sound the same, to be fair. He could have come from Somerset and he would have sounded the same. Okay, so he spoke with a West Country accent. And I was really trying not to speak or copy the accent. And I was just filling it out and I was listening to him all the while, really trying to keep my urges under control. And then after it, I go, all right, I'll be off. And I was just like, oh my God, why did I say that? Oh, I was mortified, absolutely mortified. But it's just so easy for me to sort of like pick up. It's not as easy now, to be fair. When I was younger, it was so easy. It was just like, yeah.
I hope we haven't offended Sam because Sam is from Cornwall. But
Yes.
I don't think Sam has a West Country accent, actually. My auntie is literally Vicky Pollard. No offence to her, says Thunder. She says stuff like, you see what's happening down my street? You know Nina, yeah? Well, Carly's boyfriend, he went to them with Dave, blah, blah. I thought, sorry, I couldn't resist Thunder. I had to do the accent. That's literally what she said once. You know down my street, well, you know that ninja, yeah? That Nina, yeah? Well, she's out there with Dave, like, and you know what you say, you know that Dave is like. That's how it is. So it all glottals into
But
one.
your uncle was quite strong.
Yeah,
so.
bless him when he was alive. So
Yeah.
he used to speak all in one finger. So he would say, if you would say to him, "Would you like this?" He'd go, "Oh, no, I don't want that. I mean, what am I going to that for? You know, no, doing that for. I don't want to go and do that. If I want to do that, I'd go and do that." So he would do that. So it would all merge into one sentence. So people in the West Country speak very, very fast. And they merge all their words. It's called glottolings. It's when you merge all your words into one long sentence. So there's no gap between them. So it's very difficult to determine what starts with.
But I feel like your family's accent's not that strong.
No,
your
not
brother
really.
has a slight one.
So have I. But
not really.
But
only certain words when you say tooth. But that's literally about it.
But it's funny, friends, when I go back home, a lot of them have got very strong. Are there no commas in their sentences? No, I don't think so. I think you just merge it all into one. So you just try and get it out there. But there is a linguist that's what they've done is they've written a sentence for each. If you're learning accents, the best sentence to learn. And I did read it once, and the only one I can remember was for Yorkshire, it's wrap up that butter and get it out of the sun. So you'd say wrap up butter and get it out of the sun. That's how you would do it.
Oh, okay.
Sam said, "I'm not offended. There are people in Cornwall I still can't understand." When we moved down from Surrey, I couldn't understand anyone. No, especially, do you know what? The one that I always found hardest in the West Country are farmers. Because farmers have the strongest accent, and farmers are renowned for their bluntness. I don't want the bloody ear. We want that ear. No, that's what I say. So they've got no filter.
For me, it's when the people speak so posh that they sound drunk. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? I used to work in a law firm, and one day somebody rang up and that they sounded exactly like.
That was on the Far Show.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's exactly like what's his name, Whitehouse.
Oh yeah, he did the character. He goes, poisonous monkey.
Yeah, and it was like he's literally spoke like that, and I couldn't understand. Now, it like if I'm talking with one of my friends, all of a sudden I'll speak in a Cockney. There's one specific friend I'll speak in a Cockney accent because when she speaks with a and all of a sudden I'm speaking with a Cockney accent, and then I'll have another friend who speaks very London, so my accent then becomes very London. But when he spoke, I was just like, and I was a switchboard operator at the time, and I was just like, I can't even understand.
I love that character from the Far Show. You go, poisonous monkey, thickly covered in hair. Thunder said, Kelly, is Mark charming you with his farmer impression?
Obviously.
Well, I shall do it again. Brace yourself, ladies. No, I shan't do that again.
That's fine. I do find it quite funny, but like Mark likes to tend to repeat something, and I'm just like.
Sam said, up at Bodmin Moor, the accent is very strong, a bit like the Hot Fuzz movie with Simon Pegg, but Cornish. Lol. I would just say yes or no and hope I was right. I have an Asian friend of mine as well, and his dad can't speak English very well, so it always makes me laugh because he said what my dad will do is if he thinks he understands you, he just goes, so G in English, in Punjabi means yes.
Right.
So he'll go, G. He'll just do that if he thinks he's understood you. Yeah, I was going to say, actually, so for Geordie, I always find, if you say potatoes, if you want to do a Geordie accent, you go, batias, roast batias, beef batias, jacket batias. That's the best word to say if you're doing a Geordie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. We're going from accents.
No, I was just thinking. I just remember, what's his name? Jimmy Carr? No. Who does 9 out of 10 cats?
Yeah, Jimmy Carr.
Oh yeah, and he was trying to teach somebody how to speak.
Mancunian? No, it was Scouse. So he was trying
Scouse.
to teach Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek how to do it's on YouTube on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah.
So he teaches them how to do a Scouse accent.
Yeah.
What was it? Can I
cook?
Yeah, can I have some fried chicken and I kind of cook? And they actually did it. You hear Antonio Banderas attempt it.
Yeah.
I think we get onto accents. Oh yeah, because of the your Swiss friend.
Yeah.
There we are.
And it was very nice that she came on.
I know.
She's not my friend, but she just, you know, she. So I tell you how it came about. Mark did something from the Supernatural cookbook. You did pancakes.
Oh God, that was ages ago.
And she bought her son the cookbook.
Ah.
And so she was looking how to make the pancakes. They didn't turn out very well. So she was searching and she came across your video.
Ah.
And then she contacted and said, was trying to make the pancakes. And but she realised that the way Mark did it, they needed more time on each side. But she tried it again, but they still weren't correct. And so I didn't get a chance to answer her to say, I think she thinks that she may have got the measurements right, incorrect with the baking.
No, it's not. I messed up loads of them. So you have to do it on a low temperature and you just keep them on for at least 3 minutes. So the idea is you've got to because they're so thick, they don't cook in the middle very well. So that's why you have to load it. You've got to allow that to cook in the middle. Right. Oh, Thunder's got to go and eat dinner. Oh. Lovely to see you. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday. We are back on Friday.
We're back on Friday. Take care and have a lovely dinner.
Enjoy.
Have a lovely
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Yeah. So if anybody's at all interested in those Walking Dead pancakes were the best I've made.
Not the Walking Dead ones, Supernatural ones.
Supernatural ones.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead ones are better, but the Supernatural ones, the secret is you want to try and keep that heat low because the pancakes, they're American pancakes, so they're really thick, not that thick, but they are thick. So you've got to let them go cook for at least 3 minutes so they cook to the middle. Then you flip them for another 3 minutes, cook them. But if you do them too high, they'll burn before they cook in the middle. Wow. So low temperature. And then what I also did, you could tell her, is that I put them on a tray, and I kept the tray in the oven on a low heat, so they continue to cook in the oven.
But did you cook it in the cast iron pan?
No. Again, I wouldn't use that cast iron pan. A skillet I wouldn't use because it sticks.
Right.
Sam said the actor from Guardians of the Galaxy does an awesome Essex accent on the Graham Norton
Yes,
show.
he does. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah, I saw that.
Because his wife Anna at the time, Anna Ferris, liked Towie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was at a beef and I said, "What am I, your mother?"
You say, miss me. What am I, your mother?
Sam said, "I love Scotch pancakes and Welsh cakes are yummy and easy to make." I do like Welsh cakes actually, and do you know what? Whenever I'm in the bread section or the cake section, they're never in the biscuit section. They're always in the cake section for some reason. I always see Welsh cake, even though they're biscuits. I always do see Welsh cakes.
I thought Welsh cakes were like some type of pancake.
They're like a biscuit. They're very similar to a biscuit, but they're very nice Welsh cakes.
I was thinking Welsh cakes as in like little mini crepes or something.
No. They're like
blinis. I was thinking.
No. Scotch pancakes are a bit more like bellinis, but large bellinis.
Not bellinis, blinis.
Blinis. I say bellinis.
Well, that's champagne and and grenadine, I think. Or was that Kia Royale? Yeah.
Casino Royale.
No, Kia Royale.
Right.
Kia Royale.
So I just want to go back quickly to crumbs and doilies, only because I just like to plug our video. So with the crumbs and doilies, do you like rock cakes? Before I go on to crumbs and doilies, do you like rock cakes?
I don't think I've really tasted rock cakes.
Do you know what? I've got to say, Sam, I'll eat them, but I would never go out my way to buy them. They're kind of like a scone for me, but like a big version of a scone. I don't mind them. I don't mind them, but like I said, I would eat them. If I went to somebody's house and they go, "I bake rock cakes, do you want one?" I'd say, "Okay, yes, please." But I wouldn't go out my way to get them. So, but they are pleasant to eat. So anyway, going back to, are you a big fan of them? And if you were, would you bake them?
I like Scotch pies. I haven't had Scotch pie in years.
Anyway, let me get back to them.
Right.
So, going back to crumbs and doilies. So we did think, like I said, so you had cupcake Gemma, as we were saying, very famous on YouTube. So we wanted to try it. We thought they were okay, but I've got to be honest. Kelly and I did think the cookies are better than the cupcakes. That's not to say the cupcakes weren't that nice, but they didn't blow me away. Did you?
Yeah, this is the thing with me, and I'm very much like this. I will try something, but if it's not like, it doesn't have to be like wow, but it has to be tasty, and I have to like enjoy it. If it's just like I won't waste the calories.
Yeah, and
I don't like if it's not going to blow. It doesn't have to blow me away, but I have to enjoy it.
Would you use the calories on rock cakes, for example? So I do. Now I'm older, I do know exactly what Kelly is saying. I think to myself, each cake we have has got a calorie thing. So I'm thinking I'm going to use these calories on this particular cake, and I never used to think that way before.
I don't even think like that. Or in my mind, I don't count calories or anything like that. I'm not that type of a person. When I was growing up, I never had a weight problem, but it was put into my mind that I had a weight problem. So you get a bit brainwashed and stuff like that. So it's resulted more in a weight struggle as I've gotten older. But I just deal with it now. It's not something that I get down about or depressed about, but I used to really get like down about. But I just deal with it now. The thing that I think about is if I'm going to eat something, it best be enjoyable, regardless of what it is. I'm not going to sit here and eat something that is mediocre. What is the point of that?
Yeah.
You're just putting calories on for what reason? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Fancy an average cake? Yes, I will actually, and I will eat a load of them.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're going to, I just feel like in life, you should try to enjoy what it is. Do you know what I mean? And I don't believe in just, oh yeah, like this is mediocre, let me just eat it. What? It just doesn't make sense to me. If it's mediocre, don't bother. Get something that isn't mediocre and enjoy it.
Sam said, I prefer fresh cream cakes. Yum. And do you know what? I've got to say, I agree. Things like a rock cake or like a sponge cake are fine, but it does need that extra bit just to give it that oomph. So that extra bit being cream, jam, anything like that. Hi, Charlie. How you doing? How are things? You okay?
Are you okay?
Charlie, we were 145 followers.
Wow.
You were a couple of weeks ago. You were 126.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
moving up.
You've like gotten on quite well, Charlie. I've got to say.
We were just talking about what our favourite cakes are, Charlie. Have you got a favourite cake?
I love cream. I like fresh cream slice, but you know what I really enjoy? There's two desserts that I really enjoy. Black Forest Gâteau, if it's made well.
Yeah.
Caramel tart. Old school caramel tart. Yes.
Tesco down here, says Sam, does a lovely little pot of fresh cream sponge and fresh berries. So good. And it used to be only 99p.
Wow.
Oh, I have to have a little look at that. Fresh cream sponge and fresh berries. So is this all in the same cake?
Yeah. So it's like a Victoria sponge, but with fresh cream.
The way I was originally picturing, you get a fresh cream sponge, a separate pot of cream, a separate pot of berries.
In my mind, I was thinking it was like a syrup pudding, but with the cream.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking in my mind. But then, as you were reading it, I thought, no, it's Victoria sponge sort of, but with fresh cream. But I love fresh cream slice is one of my favorite. You love milfoil.
Yeah. So the custard slice for me, that has got to be. But if it's a cake, my ultimate cake, it keeps changing because you keep baking nice cakes. For me, it was always coffee cake. But now you've baking these other ones, I think, I'm not so sure. It's layered to look like a trifle. So you've got, are we saying a layer of sponge, layer of fresh cream, layer of berries, and a layer of sponge? And then
there might be a sponge in between all of that.
Yeah,
as well.
I was going to say actually.
So
and then
it might be 3-tiered.
That sounds delicious. That actually sounds really, really good.
Do you know what? I'm not fond of fresh berries.
No.
Unless it's cherries, because I find that with raspberries and with I love raspberries. I like, so when we did cupcake Gemma, there was raspberries, but there was no seeds in it. Things like that. I like that. So when you have raspberries, then there's no seeds and all that getting stuck in your teeth. I don't like it when the seeds get stuck in my teeth and stuff like that. But I like raspberries when they're sweet.
So that was the best cake. The best cupcake from Cupcake Gemma, from our opinion, was the raspberry and white chocolate. That was the best one. And which one? I forget which one we picked now for the
mine was the lemon. No lemon.
I can't remember what mine was now, but we did say it in the video.
Yeah.
I should remember it. Oh, Sam says bread soaked in golden syrup and baked in pastry is a yummy syrup tart.
Really?
My mum used to do the same thing. So she would get breadcrumbs and then she would put in a treacle tart. So then you would put the treacle in there and then you would add the breadcrumbs, and the breadcrumbs soak up the syrup, and then you bake that. Wow. And it's really nice.
Never.
It is really good. It's really nice.
For me, it has to be that old school caramel tart with the chocolate shavings. Oh,
but that's really nice. Is that how do you make them, Sam? Do you actually make your own treacle tart?
Yeah, I can imagine Sam does. But do you do a lot of baking, Sam? Do you do, because you showed me the guinea pig one earlier, the guinea pig birthday cake, and I was like, did you make that? Oh my god, that looks amazing!
Oh, did you make that? Did you actually make that?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I was like, did you make that? Oh my god, it looks amazing.
I always admire someone that can actually do that, all that effort and skill.
Yeah, and with me, I just do basic, because I'm not very good at decoration. So
I don't know. I think you are.
So when I was showing Richard, and Richard goes, "Oh, that's interesting decoration."
Is that good? Is it bad?
That's interesting decoration, and I was like, I know I'm not the best at decorating, but this was the cake that I
never got a slice of. So this was Kelly's walnut and carrot cake.
Yeah. I don't know if it
is that going to zoom? You might have to put your hand over your face.
No, I'm not in the frame.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of zooming. Now, on our camera, I can just touch the camera screen and it will automatically zoom. You kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
So those are, you didn't make those carrots, though, did you? Those little
No, I
mini
didn't
carrots.
make the carrots. No.
But you did obviously put the
Cake. So I'm just going to show you what it looked like pre-decoration. So that's
you
what
were
it
pleased
looked
with
like
it, weren't you?
pre-decoration. I thought it was okay, but I don't know if anybody else thought that it was okay, and I was just like, oh, but decoration-wise, but yeah, when I brought it, like everybody absolutely loved it. It was gone in seconds. Seconds, it was gone.
Sam said, yes, I used to love the old-fashioned bakes. The gingerbread man cake was fun. A year before I made a Zachary a dinosaur cake with 3 different flavored frostings, complete with volcano. And I've got the pictures.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Send
wow.
them. Let's have a look at them.
So if you do ever want to send any, and this goes to anybody, if you do ever want to send us photographs, you can do. If you check our About page, you will have our Instagram links.
Yeah. If you're on Facebook, you'll find me on Messenger or find us on Messenger. But it's normally me that answers because I have the app and stuff. But what was I going to say is if you want us to show it, let us know. We'll show it as well.
We will only show anything with your permission.
Yeah.
We won't show anything without your permission. So we always wait for your permission first before we show it. If you don't want us to show it, then of course we will not do so.
Of course.
One layer was chocolate sponge and Oreo cookie frosting.
That is my nephew.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's...
Well, both of them actually.
Yeah, they both love Oreos.
Yeah, they both love Oreos. Yeah. For sure.
And I bet it was actually better than the Oreo cookie from Cupcake Gemma. No, hers was okay, but I would love to have tried your one to see as a comparison.
The thing about like with me, I'm very like I've never really liked cupcakes. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what it is, but I've never really liked cupcakes. However, I do like Lola's cupcakes. Not all of them, but there are specific ones that I'll go and I'm always ready to give cupcakes a try. I tend to like cookies more than cupcakes, I think, and I like cakes more than cupcakes. And so, so I was saying to my cousin and my sister-in-law because we're on a group chat. I was like, I baked this cake and blah, blah, blah. And they go, oh, yeah, but you haven't baked us a cake. Da, 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 da. And I was like, my cousin, she absolutely loves, so I do chocolate cherry cupcakes. You would see, I've done a video on it.
Yeah.
And she absolutely, like each family member loves a different cake that I do. But she absolutely loves this chocolate cherry cake. And so I baked some for her. And she took them home, and her son was eating them, and he was eating them with his eyes closed, and then like he loved it. And the mum goes, "Why are you eating them with your eyes closed?" He goes, "Cause it tastes better."
Yeah, he whispered it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, because it tastes better.
Oh, bless him.
And then like she's going, "Oh yeah, it's his birthday. Can you make him a cake like this week and stuff like that?" And I was just like, she was asking, can I make her a cake? And I was like, if you behave yourself, I might. And then he came on the phone and he's like, Auntie Kelly, can you bake me a cake for my birthday, please? And I was like, oh, that's cheating. How can I not make him a cake? I might not be able to make it for his birthday because his birthday's tomorrow, but
yeah, that's a bit of a task.
Yeah, it's a bit of a task because once we get off, it'll be quite late here. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, so Amy said the film is getting so good. Oh, is this Tim? Right, well, we will definitely, and it's on Netflix, so we'll probably be able to watch it.
Yeah, if it's on Netflix.
Sam said, I love a lighter cake and put loads of lemon juice and zest in my sponge and cream, and that and a fresh cream Victoria sponge are my favourites. I would love to experiment more. You should. Just give them a try. Yes, please watch it. Right, we will have to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. We will have to watch that, actually.
I'm sure you'll remind me on WhatsApp later.
Yeah.
We're so busy doing like different things, but we actually did watch 2 films.
We did. We watched The New Gardens of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
I'll let you know on Friday if you're like, well, we've got to watch it before Friday because
Okay.
Amy's bound to tell us the plot.
Oh God, yeah. She's already told us the plot.
Don't worry, Amy. We are going to make an effort to watch it.
Yeah.
We like sponge covered in raspberry jam, then rolled in coconut too. And now I want. Oh God, that sounds delicious. I do love that combo of raspberry and coconut is nice. I have to say.
I think for me, do you know what I like? I like pineapple and coconut.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
I'm very much so when I bake cakes, like if I do a pina colada cake, let's say, everybody like at home my family love pineapple upside down cake when I bake it. When I do pineapple and coconut, lemon drizzle, cherry and almond, but not everybody likes the chocolate cherry. So that's for a specific crowd, chocolate cherry.
The crowd.
Yeah, it's for a specific, yeah.
Back to the film, Amy said, no, it actually isn't the plot. The plot has changed. Oh, it's a bit of a twist. Oh, a little bit, though, she said. Sam said, the new Flash movie is so good. I do want to see that.
I want to see that.
I really want to see it. I'm not going to ruin it, but there's a character who I really did like in a previous movie that he'd done, and it's back in there, and I really want to see him for that. Now I want to make a pina colada trifle.
Oh, pina colada trifle.
Kelly loves pina colada stuff. So
me and my cousin.
Would you eat a pina colada trifle?
Do you know what? I'm not a lover of trifle, but I would try it for sure.
If it had the pina colada taste.
Yeah, I would try it.
If you like pina colada.
I've never been a trifle person. I'm not a fan of jelly, I think. So I feel like, and I'm not a fan of custard.
No.
But I do like sauce anglaise. So
this is custard.
It's not bird's custard, Mark.
No, it's not bird's custard, but it's
not that. It's not yellow thick custard.
If you like pina colada,
it's the light creamy, the one that is like cream sauce anglaise. That's the one. I like that one.
There you go.
So I would have that, and maybe like a posset type.
Oh right, like a little have it in a almost like a not a mousse. What do you call it?
Yeah, like a posset type instead of the jelly, like a posset type.
They're making me hungry.
Yeah, that'd be quite nice.
So we are reaching 8 o'clock. I know we started a little bit late there, but I am flagging a little bit. So I think we will leave it there for today. Sounds like, can you remember the Pink Panther strawberry chocolate bar? I do remember that. The little wafers.
The wafers, not chocolate bar, but the wafers.
Yeah, the wafers, the pink wafers. I do used to like those as well.
And they were called Pink Panthers. They're still around.
Yeah, they are.
They're still around, yeah.
Amy's giving us a little emoji of us looking through. Right, we're going to go and watch I want to go and watch this Tim film.
Oh, you're going to go watch that now?
I don't know if it'll be now or tomorrow.
I was thinking, I won't be watching that now. I'm like...
All right, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. So we will be watching the Tim film because we do want to watch it. So thank you, Amy.
I don't know where we has come from, but okay.
No, I do want to watch it. And thank you for the suggestions as well, Sam, and everybody on today. No, the chocolate bar, it smells so good. Oh, I haven't seen the chocolate bar.
Never seen the chocolate bar.
Never seen
Only the wafers, pink, and they were called Pink Panthers.
Yeah. We shall keep an eye out for those. So that's it from Mark and Kelly's tips and things for today. But we will be back 6:30 Friday UK time, as we normally do. She's cried. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy in the cinema. We watched it. It is quite sad.
Yeah,
there is a sad ending to it, so I won't ruin it. But if anybody watched it, but I do recommend Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
And we will talk about that actually, Amy, because I do want to get your opinion on it actually. So that's it for this week. Not this week, for today, but we will be back, as I say, Friday. Have a fantastic week, everybody. You too, Sam, and everybody on this world.
Thank you for joining us.
As always, look after yourselves. Do take care. And remember, you're never too old to have fun. We will hopefully see you on Friday. Look after yourselves, guys, and we will see you then. Bye for now.
Bye for now.